here again for a new episode of the Figure Out English podcast for English learners. The transcript will be available as usual on figureoutenglish.com, as well as the learning notes and practice exercises. And let's start! Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of the Figure Out English podcast. Today we will be talking about how to use TV series in your English learning. I receive a lot of questions about which TV series to choose, or is it a good idea or not, so to say. I have answered a lot of questions about that in my blog post, so please go to storedown.com blog and find this blog post which is called 10 Easy TV Shows to Learn English. And there I told you about how to select the movies and gave you examples of some TV shows which have very clear pronunciation from actors and also contain a lot of everyday dialects which you can use for learning new vocabulary in English. But today I want to answer this technical question, as you say, because students also have problems with how to organize their learning about around TV shows. I mean, should I just watch it non-stop? Should I have a notebook with me? Should I record new vocabulary? What's the best way to watch it, with subtitles or without subtitles? I will try to answer all of these questions here, and if you have any more questions, please comment here or send me an email. The first thing is how much of the TV series you should watch in English. I always vote for regularity against binge watching. Of course, if you like this TV show, of course, if you want to see the whole story and you do it with many shows, no problem at all. For example, we watch, several episodes of some TV shows in English every day. Really, every day throughout the years. And this has helped a lot to my boyfriend, for example, to start understanding fast English. He now hears English very, very well because we do it much and regularly. The key word here will be regularly. So, if it has become your hobby to watch TV shows every night, for example, no problem with that. But if you only have some particular time in your learning schedule for watching them, then choose regularity over the amount. It's better to watch 5 minutes a day, every day for several months, than to watch 10 episodes once a month, for example. It could be the same amount of time, but learning happens in small batches, in small portions. That's why do it on a regular schedule. And for example, if you want to watch the story, there is no need to worry too much about the series you're learning. For example, sometimes I see these recommendations. Have your vocabulary book with you. Stop the show when you see an unknown word. No, guys, it will turn into a disaster. Even, for example, if you use websites like ororod.tv, they have this English-Russian dictionary in the subtitles. So if you don't know some word, you can click on the word and see the translation. Well, if you start doing that with all the unknown words, it will be crazy, really, because you don't need to understand all the words. You don't need to learn 100% of the English vocabulary, believe me. Well, statistics show that only 30% of information should be understood for you to figure out what's going on. And if you watch a TV show, for example, you have the visual, you have the picture, which usually gives you a hint about what's going on. So the main idea is TV series should teach you not to be afraid. I mean, when you don't understand something, you are not panicking. And for that, you train with TV shows. You don't want to learn everything from them. It's too hard. You get used to the idea that yes, you understand something, you miss something, but still you understand the line of story. And this gives you confidence. This is your security. And this feeling of confidence is one of the main elements in English learning. That's why don't worry about words, don't worry about phrases, just try to understand what's going on. And if you want to really learn something from them, of course, the subtitles will be helping a lot. So again, there are a lot of questions. Whether you should watch TV series with subtitles or not with subtitles. Well, I certainly vote for the subtitles. You need to watch the show in English with the English subtitles. At the beginning, it is really necessary. It is essential. And don't worry about your listening skills, because people say, well, yeah, when I'm watching it with English subtitles, I read all the time, yeah, and I don't listen. No, this is learning happening without your control. Actually, your listening apparatus, you can say, is adapting to the sound of English subconsciously without your control. I mean, you can't monitor all the processes which are happening in you when you are learning something, yeah? And in this case, well, yes, I do believe you need to practice focused listening, but in general, don't worry. If you really do it regularly, even with the English subtitles, your listening skills will be developing. But subtitles will also help with vocabulary, as I said before, because your eyes, your visual perception is stronger, well, for most people, and you will be catching these phrases, your eyes will be catching with these phrases. And for example, if you really find something interesting for yourself, you can stop it, okay, and write down the phrase which you like. So, 2 basic rules. Don't learn words, get the phrases. And the best is to get the phrases from everyday dialogues. For example, well, the heroes are fighting or they are having, I don't know, some trouble. And how do they, deal with this conflict? Which phrases they are using for this conflict? This is the rule number 1. And rule number 2, it should be not more than 5 phrases per episode. But if you make this list of 30 phrases you want to learn, you will never learn them. I promise, I've been there. But if you have 3-5 phrases, okay, which you are focused on, and especially if you hear them later in the next episodes because you are watching them regularly, yes, this will actually be better for your vocabulary. I've told you before, I don't believe in vocabulary lists. And don't make it into something difficult for yourself when you should stop, re-watch, record. There is no fun. When there is no fun, there is no learning. Just make baby steps. And this will be very good for you, well, in the long term. Okay, let's summarize a little bit. So first of all, I recommend to watch TV shows for fun, for the story. The main element which is working for you here, it is you are adapting to natural speed and you are not, you stop being afraid of this fast speaking because you do it regularly. Regularity is the key. Always choose regularity over the amount, okay? And at the beginning, it's a good idea to watch the movies in English with the English subtitles because you will be developing your listening skills and learning phrases for your own speaking at the same time without very much controlling it. But also, of course, it's a good idea to practice focused listening, but I will tell you about this technique in my future videos. Thank you very much for watching and happy learning. Thanks for listening. Please visit figureoutenglish.com for a free download of the transcript and learning notes. Don't forget to share and comment. Cheers!